All right, Campbell, you want to bring something over from the West Coast to the East Coast. Tell us what it is.
So I am working with an organization that is supporting 6 parents who are filing a lawsuit here in New York that's similar to the case in California that made a lot of news very recently, Vergara versus the state of California, where parents there challenged and won on constitutional grounds a case challenging teacher tenure, last in, first out seniority rules, which make seniority the sole reason for layoffs when they need to happen system-wide, and these dismissal protections that are so extreme. You hear these sort of crazy-sounding cases of teachers who've molested kids and they can't even get them out of the system. So the case, the judge ruled in favor of the parents in California, and it's sparked, I think, a national conversation around how we think about some of these laws and how we can restructure our public education system so that it's designed more to support kids.
Obviously, these extreme cases make the whole situation appear to be as ridiculous as it is. Having said that, if it was easy to make positive changes, wouldn't it? I mean, New York, this is the hotbed of controversy over how to deal with our educational system. Why hasn't progress happened?
It's politics. I mean, it really is pure and simple, I think, at the local level. And it's, you know, it's brought about incremental change, but not quickly enough for these parents. I mean, this whole thing is born out of their frustration, which is, you know, a mom in the Bronx who's got a teenage son, and she sees 2 paths for her son. I mean, she's one of our plaintiffs, and one of them is jail and one of them is school. And if her school is failing her, you know, she feels a level of desperation that none of us around this table have ever felt.
What are some of the concerns you might have, Dr. Sachs, to an effort like this?
Well, I don't quite see it in this linear way that it's, you know, the problem is the 14-year-old and the teacher. The problem starts much earlier. We know that poor kids that come into first grade are already 1 or 2 years behind. They haven't had their early childhood education, growing up in a very poor household. They don't even hear the same number of words in general. Maybe their parents are not at all English speaking. We need to take a little bit more rounded view of this, and I do get concerned every time that we view this as bashing the teachers, because what we need is a cooperative, concerted approach. We've got a big problem. The problem is very much class division in our society. Poor kids have a very poor chance by the time they're in 2nd or 3rd grade. They're already diverging, almost lost to the system.
And let me say, too, I don't disagree in any way with what Dr. Sachs is saying. I mean, poverty has to be addressed. But what we do know, and every study supports this, is the single most important school-based factor that can have a difference in a child's life is the teacher.
If we took a holistic rather than a blame approach, I think we'd get a lot farther.
Okay, but I think we're all going to agree that everything you've said about preschool, early years, all that's absolutely true. I think what Campbell is doing is trying to attack one piece of the problem. We can't solve. I don't think she can. Even Campbell, I don't think can solve this entire thing.
I think she could do it.
So she's taken on a piece of the issue, which I personally think is a legitimate issue, and trying to make some progress.
Yeah,
can I just finish?
Sure, of course.
So I guess I have 2 questions for you, Campbell. Question 1. Do you think that you have a reasonable chance or any chance of prevailing in the courts the way they did in California? And with that or without that, you mentioned, I think Mika mentioned the importance of politics in all this. Are you getting any support from the governor? I suspect you're not getting a lot of love from the mayor, but you can tell us that.
Well, we've just gone public with this effort, so I haven't spoken to the governor or the mayor or heard from the governor or the mayor, but I expect we will as we get a little further along. In terms of our chances, I hope that they're good. It's a different legal argument here in New York than it is in California, because the constitutional language is different in New York. The case law supporting it is different in New York. So I think legally we may have a slightly higher hurdle getting as far as they did, but there's so many factors that go into this, and getting beyond a motion to dismiss and getting to discovery.
Just tenure, Jeffrey. I mean, looking at trying to regroup on keeping teachers that perhaps don't. I mean, do you have a problem with that?
My feeling is, in general, I've been involved in lots of public policy issues like this. If we take a more holistic approach, we're going to get a lot more cooperation. If we go at it right between the eyes with lawsuits, we're going to get both sides up in arms against each other.
All right, Campbell Brown and Dr. Jeffrey Sachs, thank you. Keep us posted, please.
Will do.
I know Campbell will. She pelts me like with a machine gun of information.
And I will keep pelting.
All right, coming up, 22 Major League Soccer.